not be in the church with just few people. God will still honor and bless them. Wedding and marriage, now two different things. Okay. Like I said earlier, do what works for you. Do what makes you happy. You know, close your ears. I know there's a local parlance that says that the ears doesn't have a cover. No, no covering for the ears. I know it's open 247. But do what works for you. You do what works for you. People will talk. You do good, you do bad, you do whatever. People will still talk. So if it works for you, makes you happy, and, you know, you cut your coat according to your fabric, according to your material, not even according to your size anymore. So if this is what you want, go all out for it. Do what makes you happy, as long as it is legitimate, right? Still on the wedding stuff. Okay, this one is actually very emotional and touching. Look at how I'm smiling as if I'm the one they proposed to. Okay, this one, some group of friends of this particular young lady, they said they're having a family get-together slash family fashion, right? So you're just going to come with your partner, and all family, extended and immediate. You know, you just come at a dinner, you parade with your partner, you walk, you catwalk, and you come back and sit. Just family reunion and a fashion parade strictly for family. So this lady didn't know. She went with her man, and of course, what do you think happened? They were not married, but they were together. So guess what? The man did something that she least expected. So let's just see the surprise proposal at a family reunion.
Straight out of Houston are going to do a hoodie. They're going to do a little number for us. Come on. Now, Monica is a Zumba instructor, line dance instructor. I don't know what this was called. This is a line dance. Yep. Rico said he taught Monica the line dance. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right.
Jill, stop. Jill. I know you wasn't expecting this. I know we talk about this a lot, and I couldn't find the right time. And I just felt like I just wanted to do it while we around family. You my best friend, you my soulmate, we are equally yoked, and I don't never want to lose you. And I'm just going to do whatever I have to do.
I'm supposed to say that. Oh my God, that was so sweet. That was so beautiful. I felt, you know, I could just continue seeing that. Tyra Monique says, I felt like she genuinely did not know. You can tell she liked to be seen. Lord and honey, they fooled her real good, but I love it, and congratulations. All right. Hurston said, that was a beautiful proposal. She was in shock. Yeah, I bet she was. Shanita Fortrell, the way he cried lets me know he on her real bad. Her reaction is everything. I love a good surprise wedding proposal. I know he's gonna cry seeing her come down the aisle to be one with him. Okay. Makista Tokes. He knelt down and it looked like he was fixing his shoes. So when she looked over her shoulder, she didn't notice the ring until she completely turned around. This was so beautiful. Yeah, I know. Dee Reynolds, she was looking like, so yeah, this family is so media because she doesn't put Nigeria in any place that you could say, oh, I want to go visit Nigeria. Oh, wow, Nigeria is so sweet a country. I mean, they love themselves. No.
Federal government girls' school in a place called Shagamu. And that was like being in prison. When I tell the stories about using a machete and having, yeah, because I know lawnmowers, that's the place that I'm talking about, having to fetch buckets of water. And that was the first time that I was away from home, away from my family. And I wasn't just looking at...
This is a boarding school?
Yes, it's a federal boarding school. And it was very...
You shared a dormitory with other girls?
We're about 150, I think. 20 to 30 in a room, and there were 6 rooms.
And so the machete is for cutting the grass.
Yes, cutting the grass.
Explain why were you cutting the grass?
Well, because who else is going to cut the grass? It's just it's the
grass grows. And you have machetes to cut it.
Exactly. They're not. This is a federal school where this is the old grammar school system sort of fading out, and everyone who passed an exam and got a certain score got to go to a federal school, and this was more socialism. So they sprinkled people around. They didn't want one school getting all the best results. They would mix people about. So you could end up getting sent thousands of miles away to a boarding school, at the extreme end of the country. So I was lucky. I didn't get sent too far away, but I was very far from home. I'd never been away from home before. And it was like Lord of the Flies. The students were in control. We needed to look after the school grounds. So using a machete, having to clean toilets with no running water. I'm not going to go into the description of that, but it used them to try and destroy us.
Do you trust the British police?
I do. But remember my experience with the police in Nigeria was very negative. And coming to the UK, my first experience with the police was very positive. The police in Nigeria would rob us. So when people say, oh, I had this bad experience with the police because I'm black and they're white, I was like, well, I remember the police stole my brother's shoes and his watch.
His shoes?
Yeah, they took his shoes and his watch. It's a very poor country. So, people do all sorts of things, and giving people a gun is just a license to experience was so positive. When I was burgled, for example, the police were there, very helpful. They eventually caught the person. This is 2004, so 20 years ago. The police did catch criminals, and now thanks for everything. And I think that burden makes it a lot harder for them to actually do the basics. And that's another thing that we need to look at.
Let's talk about...
Did you hear what she said? In her first video, talking about while she was in girls' government secondary school, she said that her school was like a prison in Nigeria, and she had to do, I don't know if you recall, we that used to school back then, they would say compound work. You come out, you're the one that's going to cut the grasses and all. I did it. So I'm sure that's what she experienced too. And did you hear when she talked about cleaning the toilet with no running water? Okay, of course, in the second video, did you hear when she said that Nigeria is a very poor country and that the police in Nigeria stole her brother's shoes and wristwatch because it's a poor country? Did you hear it? In as much as we're not 100% in Nigeria, like 100% on the positive side, the good, we're not, okay. But at least we're trying. But washing our dirty linen in public, what do you expect others to do? You want them to clap for us? You want them to praise us? We're going to go down more and more. And if at any point in time we were supposed to be elevated, someone would say, if that's a Nigerian talking so ill, talking down on Nigeria, where do you want to take Nigeria to? Above? No. Continue to bring Nigeria down. This is what we do not encourage. We know that at some point we don't do well. And of course, the leaders do not do well too. But having every opportunity that you have, you sit there in public and you wash your country, the dirty linen out there, you say everything, no reservations whatsoever. Is that going to change, our situation in Nigeria? Do you think it'll bring shame on the faces of the politicians and leaders? And they're like, oh my God, Kemi Badenoch has talked down on us, so let's do something better. No, it's always going to their pocket. And you could, come up with ideas that could make Nigeria better and not really talking down so much at the slight opportunity that you have. We have to be proud of where we come from. I'm a Nigerian and I am proud. Yeah, I'm a proud Nigerian. I want you to be proud of your country too. So let's see how people are reacting to this. She's really on the hit. Ayedun Hamid says, celebrating your oppressor against who is trying to take your people out of their reign with words she has. Nigeria, eh? Blessing Ehige says, a desperate search for Western civilization. Busybody, trying so hard to let her country down just to gain cheap popularity. All right. Vincent Ute. Now, because my Yoruba siblings today see UK as a second home, but they know that you don't belong there. I don't know if I'm shouting, sir. Okay. Henry Enu, don't mind the born through away. Them no tell am say, Pikin wey use her left hand, point her papa house, must receive bada knock. Okay. Aviz Rabiu, a very desperate search for relevance. Be proud of where you come from. If you want to, really follow the words of Kemi Badenoch, she has said of things that could damage the image and reputation of my country, Nigeria. But we're not encouraging that. We know, our stance. We know where we're not getting it right. But doing this, talking ill, talking down, painting this bad picture out there about Nigeria, will it change the situation? My answer is no. You're just, going to bring us down more and more. And we move over. I think this is, should I say is a sad story? Maybe this one is sad story. Yeah, this next trend. We see the video of a very handsome, taller, dark complexion man from an Igbo man from Anambra that came to Imo State to steal a generator. And people have really wondered and asked questions about this particular video so much. And some persons are thinking it's kind of a spiritual, that is a spiritual attack, because he went there, according to him, for a program. But why are you stealing a generator in a gym house? Why, right? So let's see the video of a good-looking thief. And people are like, he's so good-looking. He's not supposed to be a thief. He was caught and handed over to the police. Let's see the video.
You came Ike from where? From Imo State. How long have you been in Anambra? How long have you been a thief?
Well, I actually came for...
How long have you been a criminal?
I've been here for some program.
You see why I don't want these boys to beat you? Because if they first mess you up, I could stop this police, they'll wait. Then we'll do our own first, before they do their own. But I'm a civilized person. I don't want to injure you. How long have you been a thief?
He was handed over to the police. Of course, the police arrived and they took him. And I don't know how to really, talk about this particular video. I don't know. But let's see what people are saying concerning the video. Nkiruka Prudence says, I think this guy is suffering from kleptomania. Good luck. Nanta says, he said he came there for a program. Why on camera, Chai? He said he is not really a thief. He looks so confused. Geraldine Obiajulu, Chai, pressure, hunger in the nation. Hopefully he is not an addict, because that thing can push one to do anything just to raise money to keep buying. This guy is too gentle and healthy to steal a common generator. In village, people follow our mental town. That's coming from King Pat Choku. No, we're not taking comments anymore. Our time is fading up. We're not taking comments anymore. By the way, kleptomania is it a health problem or a disease? It's a state in which people or somebody keeps stealing or picking things that they don't really, need. They don't really have value for. But that thing in them, pushes them to steal or pick people's stuff that they know they don't want to use, but they just steal so that that bad name could come to them. Let's see the word that we have for today before we go. The word of the day is thwart. Thwart. What does thwart mean? To oppose successfully, defeat the hopes or aspirations of someone. Thwart means to oppose successfully, defeat the hopes or aspirations of someone. Example, she did all she could to thwart his plans. She did all she could to thwart his plans. Thwart is the word that we have for today. And today is Tuesday. Let us see the Tuesday motivation that we have. Tuesday motivation is: the secret to getting ahead is getting started. The secret to getting ahead is what? Getting started. That is the spirit that we're going to use, throughout the month of August. If you have anything in mind to start, yes, just start it, and you're going to be successful in all that you do. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I am super glad. I remain Ofonena Joseph, and I know that we're going to do this again tomorrow. See you.